Fantastic.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And great, you got the chance to play on the show course and everything.
It's 5th year running it, so I run all the military here for defence. It's all volunteers. We do this.
How many military personnel? Across all the different services.
All volunteers. All back at work tomorrow.
Maybe championships. Just saying everyone's pretty ready for wrestling. It's been a long 2 weeks, hasn't it, in the heat.
Time to rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy it. Yeah. Only up from here now.
Yeah.
Are you? Very nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you played already?
Yeah, I've
You won. Congratulations. Fantastic.
This is one of the hottest ones in the world. Feels quite warm. I think the robots have got quite sporty temperature.
Yeah.
This is not running around playing. Are you a tennis man?
The ball is backed by the purple shirts. In goes Prince William with the defence shot. It's picked up by Nico Roberts. This could be a chance for the purples. Top has to clear it. What a clear. Over to Mark Tomlinson from the Beaufort. He pushes it back. Nice pass back. What a lovely little flick pass. Back to Prince William. He's still got it. He's still got it. He's going to bring it forwards. There's a purple shirt waiting. Sarkis is waiting. Sarkis is waiting for the purple. Gabriel and Sarkis. He sticks and hooks Prince William out the way. Nico comes around. Purple shirts have it. Mark Tomlinson goes back in defence. Mark's got to rush back, but here comes Nico and Raffi on the attack. Look at that steal from Mark Tomlinson. Plays it in front of him. Check his pony up. He's going so fast. He's gone over the top of it. In comes Top. Interception. Purple shirts once again. Entitlement and status ever since, which is what makes Guards Polo Club one of the best polo clubs in the world. And we're very lucky to have that backdrop and be here on this polo field. Here's His Royal Highness. He's got to get back in defence because remember they've changed direction. Prince William coming over now. Gets bumped off. Oh, Sarkis went in there. That was a good challenge from him. And what's really nice is when Prince William would be saying, so we're going to go and play though, yeah? We're not just going to go and knock around. We're going to go and play. We're going to go and be hard out there. We're going to get physical, aren't we, boys? And that's literally, he'll be the one leading that conversation. He wants to go hard. He wants to make sure we have a competitive. There's the pass. There's the pass from Mark Thompson.
heads together in white mental health.
It was your idea.
It was your idea.
It's a common thread, wasn't it? Mental health sort of seemed to run between all the different areas that we were working in. So whether it's homelessness in the military with yourself and addiction with me and bereavement, there's a sort of underlying thread, wasn't there, of mental health. And this idea that I suppose all of us coming together to find a common theme and to show people how to have those, what we're calling sort of simple conversations, and starting those conversations, which is often the hardest bit, really.
But as you said, it's like almost like a form of medicine.
Yeah. But as a young mother actually said that to me at the Anna Forey Centre, she said actually just talking to somebody, having those conversations is like medicine for her. Yeah. And that is the point, is that actually it's okay to have that conversation, even if it is uncomfortable or awkward, but it's just starting it.
But the pressures on children nowadays, I think, are more than they ever were for us as well. I think each generation can say that. You've got so many things to worry about now, whether you're struggling for exams, whether you're struggling with home life, whether you're struggling with friends, then you have the social media angle. You can understand why, that coupled with the fact that you don't get out of the house because you're staring at a screen the whole time, there's got to be a lot of issues that are going to build from that if you're not careful.
And it's always sold as though everybody else's life is perfect.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And therefore you think everyone else's life is perfect, there must be something wrong with me. Yeah, if you can have a family environment where you can talk openly about your issues, that makes for a better family, better preparation, probably working better at your job, doing better at school, so it just goes on and on and on.
Because you often speak, don't you, about the emotional changes that sort of even you've gone through. And I think a lot of parents hopefully can, I suppose, identify with that, in that, having a child, particularly your first child, is such a sort of life-changing moment. Nothing can really prepare you for that. I remember the first few days with little George, you have no idea really what you're doing, no matter how many books you read, nothing can prepare you for it.
There's no rule book, there's no training that teaches you how to do it. You just have to learn from previous generations and hope that you can translate it into what you want to do.
You remember up in Anglesey, so we'd had a couple of weeks of sort of family support, and then you were keen to get back to your work, and I was like, no, I'll come with you, of course, yeah. So we scooted off back to Anglesey with George. Those first few weeks, were
steep learning curve.
A steep learning curve, massively.
When you have children, it really does put your own emotions and your own life into perspective, and it's been very, very interesting understanding, why I get so upset about some things or why some things affect me. I thought I was quite, fairly sort of straight down the line, but I'm actually quite, I feel quite a lot more than I used to.
Do you feel that particularly with the work that with the air ambulance? Do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like I take on a lot of the family cases with me, take them home, which I find quite hard. And luckily we've got a good support network at work, and just talking about it amongst all of us and being able to, understand the process and hear, good news and bad news, but follow some of these cases through to the end is quite important.
And it's not just the individual, is it? It has such an effect.
Such an effect.
On the rest of the family?
Precisely. Family, friends, everyone that cares about you. So you've got that one individual in the middle. And then no one really, especially with the veterans piece as well, all the focus always seems to be on the individual with the injuries.
Exactly.
If it's physical injuries, then it's supposedly easier because you can see those injuries, where if it's hidden wounds, then no one can see that, but still that person is the focus. But the effect that has on them, their family and their friends is huge because people care about you.
Yeah. But that's part of the healing process, and it's part of sharing your problems to halve them and to make them better with someone you trust and someone you know is going to help you.
Yeah. Both of us have always been open to each other, saying, we've never really talked about it. We've never really talked about losing a mum at such a young age. And when you speak to other people's families and little kids and stuff, you think, wow, I don't want them to have to go through the same thing. So you want to, with a little bit of experience, you want to help as much as you can and try and empower them to have that conversation and to be brave enough for themselves to talk about it at a young age rather than bottling it up for far too long.
Considering everything that you boys obviously sadly went through and the trauma that you experienced, I do, particularly with work within early intervention and things like that I've been doing in the early years, I do think it's incredible how strong and how you've been able to cope, really. And I put that down to your really early years childhood experience. But also the relationship that you've got, you're amazingly close. And yes,
most of the time.
No, but it's, and some families sadly aren't as lucky as you guys have been, and being able to share things.
But we have been brought closer because of the circumstances as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You are, uniquely bonded because of what we've been through.
Yeah.
But even Harry and I, over the years, have not talked enough about our mother. We've
never enough.
Has doing this campaign sort of made you realise that? To
I think so. I always thought to myself, what's the point in bringing up the past? What's the point in bringing up something that's only going to make you sad? It ain't going to change it. It ain't going to bring her back. And when you start thinking like that, it can be really damaging. And you always said to me, you've got to sit down and think about those memories. But for me, it was like, don't want to think about it.
Yeah. But I think what must happen with us and must happen with others as well is that you have to prioritise your mental health.
Yeah.
You have to say to yourself at some point, because it's very easy to run away from it, to walk away from it and avoid it the whole time. Someone has to take the lead and has to be brave enough to force that conversation.
This coming Sunday, the London Marathon.
Yeah.